Good afternoon, guys. I am Sebastian Poggi, and I am the site coordinator for Burnett. And today I will be demonstrating how to do the Bouncy polymer activity / experiment for this week, for week number 1 of the SEBA program. So to start out, I'm going to go over the materials once again. You do have the list of materials on this paper, and we also send it to you guys through email. But since you might be you're watching this video, I'm just gonna go over it once again. So to start out, as you can see, I am sitting at a table, and so it doesn't really matter where you do it as long as it's a relatively flat surface. So whether it be a table, the hardwood floor, a carpet, wherever you are, an easy way to protect those surfaces from like the glue and things like that is just a trash bag. Like, just drape that over. I just draped it over this wooden table, and I mean, easy money. You can also use a plastic like tablecloth, but I mean, everybody has trash bags, so I thought that would be a little easier to find. And now the rest of the ingredients / materials, you're gonna want to find the red solo cup. And that's going to be inside the crate, along with a popsicle stick, also inside the crate. Then you're going to need the cornstarch, and the cornstarch, just watch out when you open it, be really gentle. When you open it, it does have a little like bag made out of paper in which the cornstarch is in, and when you open it up, some of it kind of does fly out, like it's like almost like chalk. So like, yeah, just try not to breathe that in, and don't just rip it, because that thing is just gonna fly. It's like flour. Yeah, it's like flour. And then you're gonna need the borax, and that's gonna come in the plastic bag labeled borax. And it looks like salt or sugar. Doesn't taste like either of them, so I would not recommend you eating that at all. Like, that is not something. You use it to clean things, so trust me, you do not want that inside your body. You will also need some glue, which is also in the white crate, which I have right next to me. And now you'll also, something I use is, you don't really need this, but I use this for the cornstarch. It's just a normal spoon, but you'll also need a teaspoon. So the teaspoon is just a small spoon, right? And that's what you're gonna use to measure this one, the little one, is what you're gonna use to measure the water. And also the borax, so you are gonna need that one. I'm gonna go ahead and dry that up so the borax doesn't get stuck to it. You want it to be dry. And now finally, you're gonna need a cup that has some warm water. So as you can see, I have a Batman cup, which is kind of cool. Just trying to flex on it a little bit, whatever. Now you're also gonna need, it's not on the list, but I would recommend some cool protective eyewear. I don't actually have any goggles with me, so I settled for this. Anything that will protect or stop things from flying into your eyes works. So yeah, that works. And finally, I don't actually have any gloves. I don't know why, but I settled for using these like plastic bags, the ones you put your sandwiches in. Ziploc bags, there you go. And I just put one on each hand. They're not really easy to use. Like, you'll see later, I'm gonna struggle to actually make or shape the this little white thing you see right here. That's my first try. It's kind of small, so hopefully this next time I'm gonna add a few more ingredients, make it a little bigger. That would be cool. But yeah, I would definitely recommend like normal gloves, like the vinyl, I think that's how you pronounce it, the vinyl gloves, or like the other ones, the ones that are like stretchy and stick to you. Those I would highly recommend, because it's a lot easier to use your hands. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. So once again, I did make one already. Here, I'm gonna actually put my glove on. And as you can see, this is kind of what it's gonna look like. It's basically, like, from what I can tell, it's basically just making the glue not sticky and a little harder. So when you throw it down, it actually, oh shoot, I mean, I caught that with my hand. See, now I'm gonna die. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, as you can see, it balances. If this was just a clump of glue, it would have been like, you know, it just wouldn't work, right? So as you can see, it does bounce. Yeah, I mean, I'll be fine. I'm just gonna grab a little paper towel, wipe that off. So yeah, please make sure you have your gloves on and your protective eyewear, because that could have hit me in the eye and that would have been funny, but not for me. So anyways, let's keep going. So as the instructions say, there are certain ratios you can use, and the ratios explained here are only for the borax to warm water. So you can choose whatever ratio you want out of those three. And again, a ratio doesn't mean, so for some reason I did the middle one, the 1 teaspoon of borax, 2 teaspoons of warm water, and I only did that once. But you can, the cool thing about a ratio is you can do that as many times as you want, as long as you keep it even. So I can do 1 teaspoon borax, 2 teaspoons of warm water, and then I can do another teaspoon of borax, another 2 teaspoons. And so the more you do, I'm assuming the bigger the ball will be. So I'm actually gonna test it out and try to make a bigger one. So I will be doing the 1 teaspoon of borax and the 2 teaspoons of warm water 3 times. So hopefully it's 3 times as big as the one I just made. So y'all can tinker with it. You know, you guys have plenty of supplies. Just, you know, yeah. Do be conservative. Don't go super crazy until you have one that actually works. So to start out, I'm gonna grab the solo cup. Actually, before that, I'm gonna put my protective eyewear. Now it does look it is a little dark in here now. So now the first ingredient you're going to grab is the borax, right? And so you're gonna grab your little spoon, right? Now remember, this is the big spoon, this is the little spoon. Oh, they kind of look the same. Okay, there you go. Little spoon, big spoon. You're gonna grab the borax, and as you can see, I'm just putting it in there. And like, I'm not gonna pile that thing too high, right? Like that's not 1 teaspoon, that's like 2. But yeah, like I just put like barely scratching the surface of the little curves or whatever. And I'm gonna go ahead, dump that bad boy in the solo cup. And now, since I'm doing 3 servings, I guess you could say, I'm gonna do 3 teaspoons of borax. So again, this is me experimenting. I would highly recommend you doing just 1 teaspoon. You know, just trying out the ratios first, and then once you see which ratio works better, then you can make a bigger ball. So that's my 2nd teaspoon. Excuse me. And here is my 3rd teaspoon. All right, now I'm gonna Ziploc that thing good, like, so it doesn't fluff out or whatever, and put it to the side on my black plastic bag. I actually put it on the table. Now you're gonna grab the warm water, and I would actually recommend a container that has a wider mouth. That way it's easier to scoop the water. I settled for the Batman cup just because it's a Batman cup. But yeah, see, I'm having to tilt it to actually get a teaspoon of water. So I'm gonna do 6 of these, because remember, it's 2 teaspoons of water to 1 teaspoon of borax, right? So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, now it is essential that you do the do the borax first and the water second, before anything else. First off, because they have to be mixed first. So in order, like, if you can do it in different orders, but you would need more cups. So I would recommend, if you just want to use 1 cup, start with borax, continue with water, and then mix it, right? As the instructions say, you know, mix it for like, until it turns into like a substance that kind of looks like milk. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that as I talk. And now, it is just, you know, logically, you want to do the borax first because it's the dry powdery substance. So if you don't want to have to dry your water, like your little spoon off on your shirt, you want to go ahead and do the borax first. Because if you have a wet spoon and you stick it in the powder, it's all just gonna stick to you.